Actually, I'm pretty delighted to see you all guys. I have to commend the organizers to bring up a conference on customer success. I hope that in the near future we'll have a conference on customer delight. A few preliminary remarks before I go into the content. This project is under work with Phil Kotler from Kellogg, so my last presentation was in Kellogg, and therefore probably most of my examples will be American examples. Another thing is pretty much my presentation will be an overview, and anybody who's interested in scientific papers that is going to be published, I guess in a major journal in about 2 or 3 months, can send me an email, and also if you like to have the overheads, you're welcome to approach me during the break or at Tel Aviv University. Another remark is my presentation will be actually divided into 2 parts. One is more like every academician is a little bit theory, a little bit concept, and the second part will be implementations. Okay, how do I measure the success of my presentation? Is if each one of you will tomorrow morning implement the concept that I'm presenting here in your organization, or within those of you who are married or have boyfriends or girlfriends or your spouse. Okay, so this is okay. Basically, the customer delight concept is when we provide the customer more than he or she expected. Okay, and if you go to Google and look up the delight concept measure in emotion, you'll see it's pretty much high in the top. I don't want to mention any other delight measures or other delight feelings, but this is pretty much up there with joy and other dimensions that we use to define emotion. From a conceptual point of view, as you can see, after the consumption process, we are trying to confirm our expectations, and if our expectations are met, usually this is a definition of satisfaction, and in the marketing, say, well, this might create repeat purchase. On the other hand, if we are able to create arousal, meaning some way of delight, actually providing the customer something that is a positive surprise, I'm not talking about negative surprises, positive surprises, then obviously the delight will create the probability of repurchase will higher. Okay, within the overview of the different facets of the customer delight is what we call a state of mind. Being state of mind is that each and everybody in the organization, no matter what the ranking is, can actually think, how can we delight the customer within providing the product or the service. Okay, few assumptions, which are very important to understand how we can implement the customer delight. First of all, most organizations are always in some competition, okay? Most of us are pretty much satisfied with the products. Meaning, if you look at your consumption basket, you will see that most of the products are pretty much delivering what we expected. Okay? Secondly, always remember the 20-80 rule. The 20-80 rule, as you know, 20% of the customers provide 80% of the revenues or profits. Okay? Another one, another dimension that we know from empirical data, increased rate of retention will probably lead to double profit during the consumer lifetime value. And each one of us in our organization know what the CLV of our customer. Okay? Another one, advanced marketing, as you know, market share is very important, but we are moving today to what we call customer share, or what we call the share of their wallet, okay? Another assumption, attracting a new customer is 5 times more expensive than retaining a loyal customer or retaining a customer. So obviously, it's pretty much, as we know, it's pretty much valuable that we invest in retention as opposed to increase customer share, share of the market. Okay. Okay. Now, I like you always to use some metaphors. I won't use all the metaphors, but by and large, we're still within the jungle. We can always use within marketing the paradigms or paradigm shifts that happens in marketing during the last decade with listed metaphors. And to provide you some idea about the competition, I like always to use the gazelle illustration, and look at that. Okay. So the idea is pretty much.
On n'a pas fini de vous faire aimer la viande.
So the idea is that there's, first of all, somebody always behind us, and second is someone that can probably overtake us in some. Okay. So within the new age, and I won't go into the different aspect of the age of the customer control. The age of customer control means many dimensions. And this is important because I won't go into all of it, but we are now moving from information asymmetry to information democracy, meaning in many cases the customer knows more, has more information and ideas about the product than even the general manager of a certain product in the same industry. And finally, yeah, as you probably know, we are moving from industrial age to the information age. Okay? Going back to the customer share, what I like is that obviously when we cuddle our customer, this is also provides benefits to our shareholders and not only to the customers. Now, giving you some of the scientific ideas, this is a curve that we can see that increasing retention rate, yeah, assuming 10 years of CLV, yeah, it might double the revenues. This is a real data from the credit card in the US. As you can see, the break even, yeah, once you're able to gain a new customer, the break even is between a year and a half and 2 years, and then everything else is actually a profit. So you can do any conceivable ideas that you have in order to retain your customer in a CLV. Again, remember we're talking about 2080 and everything else. So it's not, and every organization today knows exactly what's the value and the volume of each and every customer. Okay, why is a delighted customer more profitable? Yes, the basic profit is maybe the same, but we have an additional revenue growth. Yeah, there's some cost saving, as we said. There's a lot of referral and price premium. So in other words, a loyal customer is one that buys more frequently, larger basket in the form of cross-selling many, buying the same, a different product from the same organization, upselling upscaling the same product to additional product or a more modern product, frequent delivery of word of mouth, and what's most important, less sensitive to price increase. So only to share with you one interesting research paper that was published recently in Journal of Marketing is satisfied customers are willing to pay more, meaning the demand curve in a certain region is much more inelastic. We are willing, if we are loyal customers, happy customers, or delighted customers, we are willing to pay a premium to an organization that delivers us those premises. So as I said before, the delight is an emotional aspect of the consumption process. And here, I like to share with you an interesting study, also published in the JMR, Journal of Marketing Research, that we were a part of it. Imagine that if you are running a supermarket or a department store, one day, find an excuse in the front, some nice stewardess provide each customer who comes in with a coupon of $5. Free coupon. Here, it's your lucky day. Take the coupon and you can purchase it, redeem the coupon as you wish in each and every purchase. Okay, so like any scientific paper, the assumption was that there will be an income effect. The income effect is I feel richer. I have $5 more, and it also elevates my mood. It's like finding, a coin, a quarter coin on the floor. And the mood effect will also spill over to a joyful. So the concept is, as you can see, I'm entering into the store, the customer received the coupon. There are two dimensions. There is a psychological income effect, the mood effect, and then the hypothesis were that this will probably increase some of the major dimension in the consumption process, which is, and here you have the statistical results. So as you can see, the $5 free coupon established much higher profits at the same day to the organization. This was a supermarket chain in Evanston, Illinois, a suburb of Chicago. And as you can see, the unplanned purchase, impulse buying if you want, the total shopping basket and so forth. Almost in all dimensions was significantly much higher as opposed to the regular consumption. Okay, let me go into and provide you some illustrations. And those are some companies that actually implemented already the customer delight process. I will start with Lexus. As you know, Lexus premise, when they penetrated in the US, they were actually competing against Mercedes. The idea was that we have a very high and luxurious product, but we are catering to the young and the successful, as opposed to Mercedes, that is more to the old and established. Okay? And so what did they do? So when you buy a Lexus in the US, when you go out from the dealer's premise, you get a nice package. And I saw some movies, some video parts, and the average customer will drive, once he receives the package, a nicely looked package, nicely wrapped, he will drive about 20 or 30 feet to the curve, and curiosity will kill him. He would like to know exactly what's in. Now, what's in there is something that was not on the sticker price. Some gadgets that are within the car, key holders, and anything else that you can think that has a name, obviously the name of Lexus. Another aspect is during time of ownership. Obviously, you don't have to go and maintain your car, change oil. They come and pick it up. Now, look what they're doing. This is something that is a great idea. Knowing that the average Lexus customer owns the car for about 2 years. Okay, approaching the 2 years, when they pick up your car for maintenance, they will deliver you a substitute car, which is the state-of-the-art car. Now imagine Mr. or Mrs. He is a lawyer, she is a doctor living down in the suburb of Chicago, driving downtown, and then it's very likely that he or she will call back and say, can I keep this car? And in my old car, there's something in the truck. Can you send it to me home and let's make a substitute? Yes? Okay. The result, by far, Lexus has the highest loyalty in the US and one of the highest satisfaction rate as measured by Consumer Report, as you know. Okay, Ritz Carlton, one of the very interesting, by the way, Xerox has, if you were talking about managers of customer success before, Xerox is probably the first one who did a vice president of customer delight. And the delight amendments in Xerox, as you see at the last one, actual service delivered should exceed, not merely meet expectations. Okay, another one is Alamo. As you know, Alamo is a small, medium rental car, and rental cars have many problems. Mr. Egan was actually a student of ours at Kellogg, and he implemented, and the implementation was very simple. Instead of assigning you a car, they told you, you see up at the lot, there are plenty of cars. You as a customer order the B. Obviously, we upgrade you to C. As you can see up there, you can see there are many cars. See, pick up your car. Okay? And the fact that people, usually you think it's a hurried customer. No, here's the customer was looking up very carefully with the car and the own. Okay. Other illustrations are Southwest Airlines that uses, this is a study that we are running with dealers in the US. As you can see, the results of different gifts and surprises provide extra profits. I think that the companies, they really put the customer delight as a flagship idea was Southwest Airlines, and it even received a lot of illustration. Okay, obviously there's a lot of additional research that we have to do. By the way, if we go back to Southwest Airlines, let me give you only one idea that they just sent me a few days ago. Most business passengers tune into a radio station on plane. Now, apparently they were able, they have the technique to know exactly what customers were tuned into which station. Next time, when you go on a Southwest Airlines plane, you will find a CD with the music of your choice. Okay? As we know, the customer, we can provide customer various utilities, so it doesn't have to be in the product itself. It can be a form utility, place utility, possession utility. Okay, so also if you are interested in B2B, Customers Delight, there is a German, Freudenberg in Berlin, that actually engaged in in customer delight ideas. Okay, and they are, okay, if, as you know, if you cannot measure it, you cannot implement it, or you cannot manage it. We developed a customer delight scale that one can use, and those are some of the major ingredients. And finally, obviously, in addition of making customer delight, there's always what I call the unexplainable variables in the formula, which is luck. And by luck, I mean that. Okay, so happy delighting, and I don't know if we have time to questions. No? Okay. Okay, so I'll be available. Thank you.